Mia, I am so happy to be here today, but I am also very tired.
Why are you tired, Ryan? Did you sleep late last night?
No, Mia, I did not sleep late. I went to the airport very early this morning to help my brother.
Oh, did your brother Dan go on a long trip?
Yes, he went to London, but it was a complete disaster from the start.
A disaster? Why? What happened at the airport?
Well, first, he could not find his passport. He was running around the house for an hour.
Oh no, that is the worst feeling. Did he find it?
Yes, he found it in the kitchen under a bag of apples. But then we got in the car and we got lost.
You got lost? In your own city?
Yes, because the main highway was closed and we did not know the other streets.
So you did not know where you were. That is exactly what it means to get lost.
Exactly. To get lost means you do not know where you are or how to go to a place. We were completely lost for 40 minutes.
Oh, that is so stressful when you have a flight. Today, we are talking about travel problems. We call them travel mishaps.
Yes, travel mishaps. A mishap is a small accident or a problem.
And we have 6 great phrases to help our listeners talk about travel problems in English.
Yes, the first one is our hero phrase, get lost.
We will also learn 5 other travel phrases. Take a wrong turn, leave behind, run out of, miss a flight, and get back on track.
I love these phrases because we use them all the time when we travel.
Yes, and we also have a very interesting fact about the history of maps.
Really? A fact about maps?
Yes, long ago, maps did not show streets or hotels, they showed monsters.
Monsters? Like dragons? That sounds crazy.
It is true. We will talk about that in the next part.
I want to hear that. Let us start.
Wait, Mia, before we go to the next part, I must tell you more about my brother.
Oh, did he have more travel mishaps? Yes, he is like me. He is very forgetful. When we finally arrived at the airport, he realized he had 4 big bags.
4 bags for a 3-day trip to London? That is too much.
I know. And he forgot where he put his socks. He thought he left them behind, so he opened all 4 bags on the floor of the airport.
Oh no, that is so embarrassing. People were looking at him?
Yes, everyone was looking at his colorful socks. He found them inside his shoes.
That is funny. But you know, Ryan, I am the opposite. I spend 2 entire days packing my bags before a trip.
2 days? That is crazy. I pack my bags in 5 minutes.
Yes, and that is why you always forget things. I check my list 5 times because I do not want to leave anything behind.
Well, my brother Dan spent 2 days packing too, and he still forgot his passport. So your list does not always save you.
That is true. Sometimes we still have mishaps. But now, let us move to the next part, or we will get lost in this conversation.
Yes, let us move on. Mia, tell me more about your travel story. You travel a lot. Do you always have everything ready?
I try to be ready, Ryan, but I also have travel mishaps. Last month, I went to Rome.
Rome is beautiful. Did you see the Colosseum?
I did, but before that, I had a big problem. I was walking from my hotel to a famous museum.
Okay, did you have a map on your phone?
Yes, I had a map, but I did not look at it carefully. I was looking at the beautiful old buildings and the people.
Ah, I know that. You were not paying attention to the road.
Exactly. I was not paying attention, and I took a wrong turn.
You took a wrong turn?
Yes, take a wrong turn means you go in the wrong direction at a street or a corner. I should go left, but I went right.
Oh, that is very easy to do in Rome. The streets are very small, old, and they look the same.
Yes, and after I took that wrong turn, I did not know where I was. I was starting to get lost.
So you got lost in Rome?
Yes, I got lost. I walked for 20 minutes. The streets looked identical. I did not see any famous places or signs.
What did you do? Did you use your phone to find the way?
I wanted to use my phone, but my phone ran out of battery.
Oh no, to run out of battery means your battery has zero power. It is dead.
Yes, my phone was dead. I had no map. I could not call anyone. I was completely lost.
That is a real travel mishap. How did you feel? Were you afraid?
I felt very afraid at first, but then I saw a nice cafe. I went inside and asked a man for help.
Did the man speak English?
Yes, he spoke very good English. He was very kind. He showed me the correct street on a paper map.
A paper map. That is so old school.
Yes, but it helped me get back on track.
Get back on track is a great phrase. It means to return to the right path or the correct plan.
Yes, I walked back to the main street and I was back on track. I found the museum 5 minutes later.
That is a good end to the story. But speaking of maps, what was that fact about monsters?
Oh, yes. Hundreds of years ago, map makers did not know what was in the ocean or far away.
Because they did not have planes or big ships?
Exactly. They did not have the technology. So when they drew maps, they did not leave the faraway places empty.
What did they draw?
They drew drawings of sea monsters and dragons.
Really? Why did they do that?
They wanted to warn sailors. They wrote, "Here be dragons" on the map.
Here be dragons? That is amazing.
Yes, it was their way of saying, "We do not know what is here, so it might be dangerous."
I think that is funny. If I got lost back then, I would be afraid of dragons, not just being lost.
Me too, Ryan. Imagine taking a wrong turn and running into a dragon.
That would be a very bad travel mishap.
Yes, it would. And back then, they did not have GPS or phones to help them get back on track.
That is true. They only had the stars and paper maps. If they ran out of food or water, they were in big trouble.
Yes, travel was very dangerous. Today, we are very lucky. We only have small travel mishaps.
Yes, we do not have to fight sea monsters when we take a wrong turn. We just have to find a cafe and ask for a paper map.
Exactly.
Wait, Mia, why did you take that wrong turn in Rome? Were you really just looking at buildings?
Well, actually, I saw a very long line of people in front of a small shop. It was a famous gelato shop.
Ah, gelato, Italian ice cream. What flavor did you buy?
I bought strawberry and chocolate. It was delicious.
So you took a wrong turn because you were eating ice cream and not looking at the street names.
Yes, that is the true story. I was holding my ice cream in one hand and my phone in the other hand. I did not see the sign.
That is a very delicious way to get lost. I would love to get lost that way.
It was nice, but walking for 20 minutes with a dead phone was not fun.
Okay, Mia, let us talk about the other phrases. We have leave behind and miss a flight.
Yes, let us start with leave behind.
Leave behind means you forget to take something with you when you go.
Yes, like when you leave your hotel and you forget your keys, you leave them behind.
I do that all the time. I always leave my keys behind.
Ryan, you are so forgetful. What is the worst thing you have left behind?
Oh, that is a sad story. I once left my laptop behind on a train.
No, your laptop? That is very expensive.
Yes, it was a new laptop. I was going to a very important job interview.
Oh no. Did you have your presentation on the laptop?
Yes, all my slides and documents were on it. I put the laptop bag under my seat because the train was very full.
And you fell asleep?
Yes, I fell asleep because I was tired. When the train arrived at my station, I woke up, grabbed my coat, and ran out.
And you did not remember the laptop?
Not until I arrived at a cafe near the interview office. I looked at my hands and realized I left my laptop behind on the train.
That is terrible. Did you get it back?
No, I went to the station office, but the train was already in another city. I never saw that laptop again.
Oh, Ryan, did you get the job?
No, I did not get the job because I did not have my slides. It was a very big travel mishap.
That is a sad story. I feel bad for you.
It is okay. It was a good lesson. Now I check my seat 3 times. What about you, Mia? What have you left behind?
I once left my passport behind at a hotel.
Oh no, your passport? That is even worse than a laptop.
Yes, because I was going to the airport to fly to Paris.
Did you miss a flight?
Yes, I did. I missed my flight because of that passport.
Miss a flight means you arrive at the airport too late and the plane leaves without you.
Exactly. I arrived at the airport check-in desk and the lady asked for my passport. I searched my bag, but it was not there.
What did you do?
I realized I left it in the drawer next to my hotel bed. I had to take a taxi back to the hotel, but the traffic was very heavy.
Oh, the traffic is always bad when you are in a hurry.
Yes, when I got my passport and came back to the airport, the gate was already closed. I missed my flight.
Did you have to buy a new ticket?
Yes, I had to wait 10 hours at the airport and pay $300 for a new ticket.
That is so expensive.
It was. I was so angry.
That is a terrible feeling. I remember when I missed a train. I was reading a book at the station and did not hear the train arrive.
Ryan, you were at the station and you still missed it?
Yes, I was sitting on the bench reading a good book. I looked up and saw the train was leaving. I was so stupid.
You really are a disaster. What about running out of gas? Tell me about that.
Oh yes, I always run out of gas in my car.
How can you run out of gas? The car tells you when you need gas.
I know, but I always think I can drive 10 more miles. And then the car stops on the road.
Ryan, that is so dangerous. You run out of gas on the highway?
Yes, it happened last month when I was driving to the mountains. I had to walk 3 miles in the sun to buy gas in a plastic can.
You are a disaster. I never run out of gas. I always fill my car when it is half empty.
Wow, you are very organized.
Yes, I like to be on track. I do not like to get lost or run out of things.
Speaking of getting lost, Mia, I have a question for you.
Oh, a question? Is it a guessing game?
Yes, you like guessing games.
I do. What is the question?
What percentage of people get lost when they travel to a new city?
A new city can be very difficult. Maybe 40%?
No, it is actually higher. A survey says 65% of travelers get lost at least once on their trip.
65%? That is more than half of all travelers.
Yes, so getting lost is very normal.
That makes me feel better about my Rome story.
Yes, we all get lost. I also have another question. Guess what percentage of people leave something behind in a hotel room?
Oh, that is a good one. I will guess 25%.
Close. It is 35%. More than 1/3 of people leave something behind. And the most common things are phone chargers and clothes.
I believe that. I always see chargers left in hotel rooms.
Yes, and my third question, guess how many people miss their flight every day in the United States?
Wow, every day? Maybe 500 people?
No, it is over 20,000 people every single day.
20,000 people? That is incredible.
Yes, because of traffic, alarms not working, or leaving passports behind.
That is a lot of missed flights. We need to help them get back on track.
Yes, we do. Wait, Mia, what about running out of time? Have you ever run out of time on a trip?
Oh, yes. Last year in London, I wanted to see 3 museums in one afternoon, but they all closed at 5 p.m.
That is too many museums for one afternoon.
Yes, I ran out of time. I only saw one museum.
Well, at least you did not get lost or leave your bag behind.
That is true. I just had to get back on track and change my plans for the next day. Now, Ryan, let us see if you can use these 6 phrases. I will give you a phrase and 4 situations. You must tell me what you would do or say.
Okay, Mia, I am ready. I am a travel mishap expert, so this will be easy.
Great. Let us start with number 1, get lost.
Okay, what is the first situation?
Situation 1, you are in Tokyo. You want to find a famous temple, but all the streets look the same and your map is not working.
Oh, that is easy. I would say, I do not want to get lost, so I will ask a local person for help.
Good. Tokyo is a very large city. If you do not ask, you can walk for hours and never find it.
Yes, and I do not want to get lost in a city with so many trains. It is very easy to take the wrong train.
Situation 2. A friend wants to walk in a big forest at night without a light.
I would tell them, do not do that. You will get lost in the dark.
That is true. A forest at night is very dangerous.
Yes, and if you get lost, there is no one to ask for directions. Only trees.
Situation 3. You went for a run in a new city and you do not know how to go back to your hotel.
I would stop and say, "Oh no, I think I got lost. I need to find a taxi."
A taxi is a very fast way to get back to the hotel.
Yes, because the taxi driver knows all the streets, so you will not get lost anymore.
Situation 4. You are in a giant shopping mall and you cannot find the exit.
I would look at the map on the wall and say, "I got lost in this mall. Where is the exit?"
Giant malls can be very difficult.
Yes, sometimes I get lost in malls for an hour. It is very annoying.
Excellent. Now let us do number 2, take a wrong turn.
I am ready.
Situation 1. You are driving and you turn right instead of left, and now you are on a small farm road.
I would say, I took a wrong turn. I need to turn the car around.
Yes, turning around is the best way when you take a wrong turn.
Especially on a farm road, or you might hit a cow or get stuck in the mud.
Situation 2. Your friend is driving and is not looking at the map.
I would say, watch out. If you do not look at the map, you will take a wrong turn.
Yes, it is important to help the driver.
Yes, because if we take a wrong turn, we will be late.
Situation 3. You are walking in a big museum and you go into a room with no doors.
I will tell my partner, we took a wrong turn. Let us go back to the main room.
Museums can be like mazes.
Yes, if you take a wrong turn, you might see the same picture 5 times.
Situation 4. You are hiking in the mountains and you choose the wrong path at the sign.
I would stop and say, we took a wrong turn. This path is too difficult. We must go back.
Going back is very smart in the mountains.
Yes, you do not want to take a wrong turn and go off the mountain.
Perfect. Now, number 3. Leave behind.
My favorite. I do this all the time.
Situation 1. You are checking out of your hotel room and you want to make sure you have everything.
I would check under the bed and say, I do not want to leave anything behind.
Yes, checking under the bed is very important. That is where people leave chargers and shoes.
I once left a shoe behind. I was walking with only one shoe at the airport. It was very funny.
Situation 2. Your friend leaves their jacket on the chair at a restaurant.
I would run after them and say, hey, you left your jacket behind.
You are a good friend, Ryan.
Thanks, Mia. I know how it feels to leave things behind, so I always help my friends.
Situation 3. You got home from a long trip and you cannot find your camera.
I would cry and say, I think I left my camera behind at the airport.
That is very sad. Cameras are expensive.
Yes, and all the photos from the trip are on it. I would be so sad if I left it behind.
Situation 4. It starts to rain and you realize your umbrella is still on the bus.
I would say, oh no, I left my umbrella behind on the bus. I am going to get wet.
That is a very common mishap.
Yes, I think I have left 10 umbrellas behind on buses.
Very good, Ryan. Now number 4. Run out of.
Okay.
Situation 1. Your phone is at 1% and you need to call a friend.
I would say, quick, my phone is going to run out of battery.
Yes, and then you can't use your map.
Exactly, and then I will get lost. It is a double mishap.
Situation 2. You are cooking a big dinner and you see there is no more salt.
I would say, we ran out of salt. I need to go to the store.
Dinner without salt is not delicious.
No, it is terrible. You can't run out of salt when you cook.
Situation 3. You have 5 minutes to finish a test, but you have 10 questions left.
I would write fast and say, I am running out of time.
Tests are so stressful.
Yes, I hate that feeling when you run out of time.
Situation 4. You are at the end of your vacation and you have no more cash in your wallet.
I would tell my friend, I ran out of money. Can I borrow $10 for lunch?
You must be careful with your budget.
Yes, or you will run out of money before you can buy a ticket home.
Nice. Now, number 5. Miss a flight.
Okay.
Situation 1. There is a lot of traffic on the way to the airport and the gate closes in 10 minutes.
I would tell the taxi driver, please go faster. I do not want to miss my flight.
Yes, but tell him to drive safely.
Of course, drive fast but safe.
Situation 2. You slept through your alarm and woke up at the time your plane was taking off.
I would look at the clock and say, oh no, I missed my flight.
That is a nightmare.
Yes, waking up late is the worst. You know you missed it and you can't do anything about it.
Situation 3. A friend is always late and is walking very slowly to the airport gate.
I would pull their hand and say, hurry up, you are going to miss your flight.
Yes, some people need a push.
Yes, my brother Dan always walks so slowly. I have to pull him every time.
Situation 4. You arrived at the airport on Thursday, but your ticket was for Wednesday.
I would look at the ticket and say, I can't believe it. I missed my flight by a whole day.
That is very embarrassing.
Yes, but it happens. Sometimes people write the wrong date.
Great. Now the last one, number 6, get back on track.
I love this one because it is positive.
Yes. Situation 1. You got lost in a city, but then you found a big subway station.
I would smile and say, great, now I can get back on track.
Yes, the subway always helps you get back on track in a big city.
Unless you take the wrong train and get lost again.
Situation 2. Your team is talking about food instead of working on the project.
I would clap my hands and say, okay guys, let us get back on track and finish the work.
It is easy to talk about food.
Yes, especially when you are hungry. But we must get back on track and do our job.
Situation 3. You took a wrong turn while driving, but then you saw the highway sign.
I would say, there is the sign. Now we can get back on track.
Highway signs are so helpful.
Yes, they are like lights in the dark.
Situation 4. You did not study English for a week because you were busy, but today you have free time.
I would open my notebook and say, it is time to get back on track and study.
Studying a little every day is the best.
Yes, that is how you get back on track and learn fast.
You did it, Ryan. You answered all of them perfectly.
Thank you, Mia. I told you, I know a lot about travel mishaps.
Yes, you are a master of these situations, but you did very well.
Thanks. Now I feel like I can travel anywhere without being afraid of getting lost.
Even if you meet a dragon?
Especially if I meet a dragon. I will ask him for directions.
That is a good plan.
Yes, and I will share my ice cream with him.
Only if it is not strawberry, right?
Right, because strawberry is my favorite.
Yes, it is. You are the king of travel mishaps.
Hey, that is not a very nice title.
But it is true, Ryan.
Okay, maybe it is a little true. But now it is time for our listeners' daily speaking mission.
Yes. Listeners, tomorrow, if you cannot find something or if you forget something, do not just say, I forgot it.
Yes, say, I left it behind. Use leave behind in a sentence.
It is a great way to practice.
And remember, if you make a mistake when you speak English, do not worry.
Yes, making a mistake is like getting lost. It is a normal part of the trip.
Exactly. You just need to get back on track, keep speaking, keep listening, and you will be fine.
That is a very nice thought, Ryan.
Thank you, Mia. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, like, and tell us in the comments if you are Team Ryan or Team Mia.
Yes, let us know. Take care on your trips and try not to get lost.
See you next time.
Goodbye.